All right, diving in today, we're talking French proficiency tests, the ones you need for Canadian immigration.
Big topic.
Huge. Specifically, TEF Canada and TCF Canada.
Ah, yeah, those two. Lots of folks get tripped up on which one to take.
Exactly, and we want to help them figure that out, right?
Yeah.
So someone's listening, they know they need one of these tests.
Right.
But what do those letters even stand for?
Okay, so TEF Canada, that's short for Test d'évaluation de français.
Okay.
And TCF Canada is Test de connaissance du français. Both are basically checking if your French is good enough to live in Canada.
And Immigration Canada, they accept either one.
Yep. Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, they're cool with either. It's all about proving your French level.
So both tests, same goal. What else is similar between them?
Well, they both measure your French on that scale.
Yeah.
From A1, like beginner, all the way up to C2, super fluent.
Right, we've talked about those levels before.
And your results are good for 2 years on either test.
Oh, that's good to know. So you've got some time.
Yeah, it gives you time to apply and all that.
Makes sense. And what about the test structure itself? Do they both test the same skills?
They do. You've got to read, listen, write, and speak French for both.
4 skills, both tests.
Exactly. And you can find test centers pretty much all over the world with lots of dates to choose from. So logistically, pretty similar.
Okay, so far, not too scary. But there's got to be some differences, right?
Okay.
That's what everyone wants to know. What really sets them apart?
The big one is how they ask the questions, their style. Imagine 2 classrooms, right? One's TCF, and it's all about throwing you curveballs. You know the stuff, but can you use it in new ways? Think fast, show you really understand.
Ooh, like a pop quiz.
Kinda. Now, the other classroom, TCF, it's more about what you remember. Familiar questions, stuff you've practiced.
Ah, so how you learn best and how you handle pressure, that matters.
Big time. Plus, TCF Canada might take a bit longer because they give you more time to listen, the comprehension part. If you're a good listener, that could be good for you. But TCF Canada tends to have more study guides and stuff available. Easier to prep on your own, maybe.
So already, choosing the right test, it's more than just picking a name.
It is. And don't forget practical stuff, like how much it costs, and if there's even a test center near you that offers both. Could be you don't have a choice in your city.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Got to check those details.
Absolutely.
So lots to think about already.
Definitely.
And I bet some folks listening are like, but which one's easier? That's the question, right?
Everyone wants the easy route. But honestly, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, it's not about easy or hard. It's more like which test fits you better. Some people, they're great at thinking on their feet. Others, they need things predictable.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Like some people love exploring, getting lost even. Others need that itinerary.
Exactly. It's about knowing yourself as a learner. Like, do you like those surprise challenges, or do you want to know exactly what's coming? Because both can get you to the same place, just different paths.
Love that. So, okay, you're starting to see which test might be better for you. But how do you really know?
Well, practice tests are your friend. Even just a little mock exam gives you a feel for the format, the timing, all that. Like, you wouldn't buy shoes without trying them on, right?
Never. Got to make sure they fit. So same idea with these tests.
Exactly.
Anything else to keep in mind when scheduling these practice runs?
The waiting period. If you do one test and want to try the other, you
Yeah.
gotta wait 30 days before you can take either the TEF or TCF again.
Oh, okay, so no rushing into a retake if you're not sure.
Right. A bit of planning involved.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But even with practice tests, like, where do you even start prepping? There's got to be tons of info out there. It's overwhelming.
Oh, yeah. That's where having the right resources can make all the difference. Like a good course or even a tutor, someone who knows these tests inside and out.
Okay, so we're talking about more than just, like, Googling stuff.
Right. It's about guidance from people who've been there, done that. Because remember, these tests, they're not just a grade.
Yeah, it's a life changer. Way more pressure.
Exactly. So finding the right support, that's huge.
I see what you mean. Makes you feel less alone in the process.
Totally. And that's actually something that's really cool about ATF Montreal.
ATF Montreal, first time we're hearing that name. Our listeners probably curious.
They're this language school, but what's fascinating is they're super focused on these Canadian immigration exams. Not just general French, they're all about getting you ready for TEF or TCF specifically.
Ah, so efficient, cutting out the extra stuff.
Yeah, and they really know the ins and outs of the whole immigration process, too. So they can even help you figure out which test is best for you based on your situation.
Wow, so it's like having a guide for the whole journey.
Exactly. They offer courses for both TEF and TCF, super comprehensive, cover grammar, vocab, test-taking strategies, the works.
Not just cramming info, but really teaching you how to approach it all.
Yep. And they've got online stuff, live classes, feedback, so it's flexible too.
That's important. Not everyone can just drop everything to study.
Nope. And they have this awesome online community too, so students can connect, share tips, support each other.
Ooh, like a study buddy system, but bigger.
Yeah. Makes it less lonely for sure. Plus, one-on-one tutoring if you need that extra help.
So we've got structured learning, community, and personalized attention. That's pretty cool.
Right. It's more than just a school. It's a whole support system.
Okay, but how do we know their courses actually work?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have good results?
They do. Their website, it's full of testimonials, people who took their courses, aced their exams, and got their visas, or even citizenship.
So those courses are the real deal.
They are. And what really sets them apart, I think, is that focus. Laser focus on these Canadian exams. They're the experts, and you can tell they're passionate about helping people make their Canadian dreams happen.
Yeah. So it's not just about knowing French, it's knowing how to pass the test.
Exactly. And because they're so specialized, they have insights you wouldn't find elsewhere.
I'm seeing a theme here. Personalized support, specialized knowledge,
Yeah.
and they genuinely seem to care.
They do. They get that everyone learns differently, has different goals, so they adapt to that.
Wow, that's impressive. All right, so practically speaking, how does someone get involved with ATF Montreal? What's the first step?
Best thing is to check out their website at ovefmontreal.ca. Super easy to use. You can see all the courses, schedules, everything. And you can contact them directly if you have questions.
So no need to be intimidated. They've made it simple.
Totally. Oh, and they have free workshops and trial classes too, so you can try before you buy, see if it's a good fit.
That's awesome. Smart move. But let's be real. These tests, they're stressful, like life-changing stressful. How does ATF Montreal help with that side of things?
That's where that community and support really comes in. They get it. They know how intense it is, so they make it a safe space to ask questions, vent a little, you know.
Like a cheering section, but they also give you the tools to succeed.
Yeah. They teach you how to handle the test, manage your time, all that.
So it's the whole package.
Yeah.
Language skills, test strategies, and the mental game.
Nailed it. They prep you for everything.
Love it. ATF Montreal is all about holistic preparation.
Totally. They recognize it's a personal journey, and they're there to guide you through.
I'm seriously impressed. It's not just teaching, it's caring.
Right. Powerful combo.
So we've gone from what the acronyms mean to the differences between the tests to this amazing resource.
It's been a journey.
It has. But before we wrap up, there's something we haven't touched on yet. It's not just about the test itself. What about passion? Like getting excited about actually using French in Canada. Because if you're just memorizing to pass a test, it's
I know.
less inspiring.
Totally. Passion makes a huge difference. If you're into the language, into the culture, that'll keep you going when it gets tough. It's got to be more than just checking boxes.
Right. Like, are you excited to actually use this French you're learning?
Exactly. And ATF Montreal seems to get that. They make it fun, they bring in culture, real life stuff, so it's not just drills and grammar.
So you're learning, but you're also, like, falling in love with the language a little.
That's the goal. And that's why those success stories are so cool. Those people didn't just pass a test. They're actually living in French, thriving.
Yeah, that's the dream, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for our listener who's still deciding about ATF Montreal, about the whole process, any last thoughts?
I'd say remember it's a journey. There'll be bumps. You'll question yourself sometimes. But with the right support, the right resources, you can totally do it.